Well, hi guys. It's 5:46 in the evening. It is the 26th of December 2022, and we're counting down. Well, if you can see, I've already readjusted the lights from the front to the rear area. I think I like them better this way for a while. I need them this way. I need them this way so I can deal with what's going on. And they're a bit of mood lighting. The others are battery operated, and they do work on pushing of the button. 20 is my favorite setting because they change from time to time. And it makes the mood lighting a little bit easier for me to deal with. Okay, so how was the Christmas other than my belly aching yesterday or the day before? Well, let's just say that when you have friends that actually care enough to make an offer to celebrate at least part of the holiday, even though it is part of the evening, but still, it's better than nothing. And I needed it, to tell you the truth. Spending Christmas alone, like the rest of us do, mourn, grieve who lost people left and right. You feel like there's no hope and there's no one else to help us out through this mess. We need to be reminded that we are not alone and people actually do care. We have to keep showing that, even to ourselves. And having somebody coming over and saying, "You're spending a little time with my family." For some, it may consider be, well, if I happen to use one word, it'll be flagging everybody else in the algorithm world. Let's just say they made a strong insistence and caring about my own health as it is, because they wanted to make sure if I was still alright or not. And I needed it. I really needed it. I mean, I couldn't deal with it if I couldn't. Give me 1 second here. I know I was regretting this holiday season more than what I remembered. I know I was in fear of sometimes. I also was trying to keep hold somehow that it meant something to me. But being in a hell of a lot of despair at that point and feeling like really nobody gave a, just to say it, a rat's ass. But it's what I keep calling myself these days is a fool and idiot. I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. I don't blame anybody else, but I blame me. This is not self pitying, this is just stating what happened. And when the moment came to get over to the family's house, basically, home, I was welcomed. I was swarmed. I was loved. I saw a family, kids running around, the parents driving themselves crazy with their kids. Young tots are just running around like crazy. They were excited for the day, excited to have the visitor over and peppering me with a hell of a lot of questions and a lot of attention. Yeah, complete parental nightmare on some occasions, but normal on other occasions, I guess. And the thing that got to me was their tree. A 6 foot. Maybe an artificial, but I like the artificial ones. I really do. I do better decorating the artificial trees than the natural trees because at least in the artificial ones, I can honestly do a good job on some of them. And I had told them about my trees. They're mini, they're little. And I was trying to tell the kids what it was like to have a tree and how to be taught how to decorate those. I told them had to be a little taller than they were, and my mother first yanked me into it, and then every year expected me to do more and be better at it. It got to the point where sometimes I was looking forward to it and then actually regretting the living crap out of it because I'm like, oh my god, not again. Oh come on. But then again, I couldn't stand anybody else decorating the tree. I mean, that was the family tree. You just didn't touch my trees. So I'm looking at the tree, and I'm reminding myself what it was like back then. I was trying to tell the kids if they'd listened. What was it like that I was decorating trees like this? How important, how special it was. I was given a rare gift of having a holiday spent with a family. Even just for a few brief hours for a meal and conversation and just good company. I needed it. Mother was tired because she had to keep working her ass off. She was feeling it. And the husband couldn't even get any work just yet and struggling with being a caregiver, caretaker, babysitter, everything else at the same time with the kids. But it was still, it felt like a home. I'm not talking about disarray, I'm talking about how it felt. How it was. And how I'm just feeling grateful that a holiday was salvaged enough. And the next day, early in the morning, I'm stressing that the guys would come over and drive me crazy with his damn exuberance. I'm like, don't you know how to deal with a damn disabled schmuck? But I did some things, but not much. Just had to de-stress from the whole holiday system. But right now, I know I got to get some cleanup going early in the morning and get back into the stress again and just deal with stuff. But that's about it. For right now, I'm going to deal with just what it is. I just wanted to get this off my chest first. Okay, for just getting past things today. All week long on the HLN cable channel, they got the West Wing playing, and it was one of my favorite shows. My family's favorite show. I mean, I for Democrats, but it was always so interesting to see the interaction of the characters, but I really should have been paying more attention to the political process as the consultants kept trying to show to the audience. And after taking a few political classes left and right, it's like, my God. I still wish I was working in the White House. No, I never worked in the White House, but I wish I could have. But I wasn't that smart and nothing else happened, so. That's a hell of a lot of stress and a hell of a lot of pressure and lack of sleep. Kept wondering if there's going to be any more heart attacks or something like that, or strokes. But maybe not. So at this point, another thing I can say is I'm on a countdown until New Year's, and then after that, It's going to be for college courses happening in the next couple of weeks. It's going to screw up the Oregon guy like crazy. Well, my classes are Monday and Wednesday, so he's going to have to come Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. And if he doesn't, well, then we got a problem then. If he still wants me to come over here Monday, I'm not going to be here Monday for him. I'm going to be a college dude again. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm going to be nervous as hell about it because I keep thinking probably I'm going to be needing all medical help, and then I keep remembering, I've been getting it. And I still want to tear myself into the studies left and right. I want to see how far I could push myself to at least getting an A degree in something. Then after that, I'll figure something else out afterwards. I mean, if I can continue on without trying to kill myself in the process, that'd be better. Maybe a hell of a lot harder, though, because the universities and community colleges are different levels of academia. Now, of course, I could try doing the supposed experiment. I mean, what if I had actually graduated about 2.5 years of community college after that? Then would I have gone through the bachelor? I still would have needed to have a job to support myself. Would I be taking at least 1 or 2 classes at a time? I mean, I know the financial aid would drive me crazy. But financial aid and situations back then were totally different, and I had to be totally dependent upon the loans. And I'd be, at this point, one of those people with the loan forgiveness programs. I just wanted to get through community college. I just wanted to see if I can get through community college and then graduate the thing. And then I could tell myself, I did this, now what do I do? I mean, I had an A degree, but you put it yourself on a resume like a BA or an MA, Master of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Science. But a community college? Well, for me, my mother wanted me to go through college. She wanted either David to get through it, but mostly me. And I disappointed her. And I worked my ass off for 30 years. I may not have been perfect at the damn thing, but just kept busting my ass. But that's my job. So one must ask, how am I dealing with things going on right now as it is? I took the semester off shortly before the winter break, and I felt like I was cheating myself. I wanted to do the medical and the psychological during the summertime because that would have given me so much, but it didn't. I mean, it would have been perfect timing for it. The problem is, I wasn't dealing or coping during that time, and by the time the fall semester came up, I wasn't doing it. Almost every single day I was crying my eyeballs out. So during the fall, I had to get help. And I did. It taught me a couple of techniques. Doesn't mean I'm cured, just means I'm just dealing with a couple of techniques. And I still need medical insurance. Unfortunately, I said a long time ago that I would not do the medical insurance because I kept thinking that these guys were the enemy. Half the time I keep thinking that they are still. Pills and potions, notions, lotions, and everything else they got going. Prescriptions to change your blood pressure is one thing. But to screw around with a guy's mood, especially when he's still feeling the grieving and pain and everything else going on, that was just almost uncalled for right there. I was still having issues with the situation. And I still am. I didn't want to take pills about it because I already been screwed around with different pills in my youth and also almost in my adulthood, and just didn't want to feel it. I know what it was like to feel out of control and then just feel like spaced out where nothing else was making sense, and it didn't feel too good. And this was just pain medication, nerve endings. It just made me not feel. Scared the hell out of me, I'll tell you that much. It really did. I might like the damn stuff too much. I don't want it. I like being in control of my faculties and what I'm doing right now as it is. And if my body starts failing on me, then I got to take care of it and do the things necessary to take care of it. But if I can't do that, well, then I'm on a highway to the final pathway, aren't I? And I got to accept that one. But until then, I'm still trying to live. I'm still trying to deal. I'm still trying to cope, and I'm still trying to function, as it were. So, what am I looking forward to for 2023? Am I going to be making any resolutions at this point? I didn't make resolutions because I sure as hell didn't want the damn resolutions, and I'm not going to do resolutions. What I'm going to do for myself is still try to take care of myself as best as I can, go through the education, and if I happen to get through the coming spring, and then if I happen to come through fall, this will be something, wouldn't it? A short summer, maybe about a few months or a few weeks, and then get right back into it again, and then just kick ass on that. And by the time I get to graduation point, maybe within a year and a half or less than that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I know today I should have been more and more miserable and just wake up and feel absolutely depressed about it. And to tell you the truth, when I woke up this morning, yeah, I was a bit depressed, but I was also tired. There was a hell of a lot of energy I poured out regarding this holiday season. I wanted a present for myself. I wanted a present, hopefully from my family, that needed to get me just through the rest of the night. I mean, the rest of the day I was tearing myself apart pretty damn good. I mean, Christmas at that point was just miserable. Despite the lights and musics, and I just didn't feel it as much. Kept trying to tell myself I was going to feel it. I was going to have carnitas for Christmas dinner. Heat up the carnitas that I had fixed the night before and have tacos. Now, some people have their own traditions of traditional foods to have. My family would have gone for tamales. Tamales would have been nice if I actually had known somebody was doing tamales and I was actually able to pay him electronically because I didn't have the green room with me to do so. But I wanted something, but I was too damn slow to get the necessary stuff. Even ham would have been something. Just to say, Merry Christmas, John. And instead, I had leftover pork, had the tacos, and a couple hours later, went over to my friend's house and we had roast beef. And flavors that I hadn't tasted in a hell of a long while because it was cooked with ingredients I hadn't used. Personally. Sage, thyme, onion, garlic. I mean, combinations would add flavor to it. And it was good. And today I'm still trying to cook the rest of the carnitas I had in half. I cut them up in half because one part of it had a bone and I had to cook that, and the rest of it is just the rest of the meat. So I'm going to check it out shortly, see how it's doing, and then we'll see how it happens. What happens tomorrow, different story altogether, but I'll let you know.